Carry Groves, a new combat system, the sniffer, and an atmosphere overhaul will all be added to Minecraft at some point, but exactly what will we get in the new update and what can we expect to see in the future? A bunch of new stuff will be added in the new update on the 7th June. Some will be added in December 2023 or June 2024, and the third update from here will probably be released a year or a half after that, as Mojang seems to have changed their update schedule to make sure that we get the promised content in time. So here's an overview of when what will be added to the game. This is the future of Minecraft. My name is MagentaLewi, and if you want to help a small YouTuber grow, then please do leave a like or maybe even subscribe if you haven't done that already. I cover all the essential updates and make lots of fun content besides that as well. First update we are covering in this video is of course 1.20, the Trails and Tales update that comes out on June the 7th. My latest video actually goes through everything new in this update, but let's do a recap with some bonus info as well. First up, this update adds the new Cherry Grove biome, which spawns where meadows spawn, so you will usually find these in the lower parts of a mountain. They're filled with cherry trees and pink petals and has a higher chance of spawning pigs and bee nests. The trees has a new wood type, the cherry wood, and the leaves has particles fall from them. The pink petals are the best decorational item ever, as its beautiful changes looks depending on the directions it's placed from, will multiply with bone meal, can be placed 1 to 4 on one block, and will grow in the meadow when using bone meal on the ground. We also get another new wood type, that is the block of bamboo. This essentially works just like logs and can be turned into bamboo planks that works like every other type of plank. As a bonus, this wood type gives a raft instead of a boat, and with 2 bamboo slabs you can make the bamboo mosaic blocks. The first new mob of this update is the camel that can be found in desert villages. They are rideable by 2 players at once, can walk over 1.5 block tall obstacles like fences, and mobs lower than 2 blocks can't reach the players on it. They have 16 hearts of health, can be bred and lured with cacti, and sometimes they will sit down and can be difficult to get back up. Most cool of all, they can dash forward up to 10 blocks instead of jumping like the horse. We now also have hanging signs that can be placed either to the side of a solid block or underneath a solid block, another hanging sign, or center supported items like fences. Also, signs now can be written on from both sides, and they can be edited, while previous dye and glow effects are kept. If you don't want the sign to be edited anymore, you can wax it with honeycomb. With 6 planks and 3 slabs, you can craft the chiseled bookshelves that can store any type of book and up to 6 of them. They don't increase the power of enchanting tables and they need silk touch to mine, but they look super cool and can be used with comparators, giving a signal strength matching the slot that was last interacted with. Talking about redstone, we can now craft a calibrated sculk sensor with a sculk sensor and 3 amethyst shards. It can sense vibrations from a 16 blocks radius instead of only 8, and if paired with redstone, it will only react to the vibration strength matching the redstone strength. Also, if you place a block of amethyst next to a sculk sensor, it will repeat the vibration that the sculk sensor detected, sending the signal again from the new location. In general, the vibrations and what makes what strength of vibrations has been tweaked and simplified. Now finally we get to the archaeology, and wow, it was worth the wait. You need to craft a brush to be able to brush up valuables from suspicious sand and suspicious gravel around the world. In the cold ocean ruin you can find an emerald, iron axe, coal, gold nuggets, wheat, a wooden hoe, and the Blade Explorer Mourner and plenty pottery shards. In the warm ocean ruins you can find emeralds, a wooden hoe, coal, gold nuggets, wheat, the sniffer egg, and the angler shelter and snort pottery shard. In the desert well, you can now find bricks, sticks, emeralds, suspicious stew, and the arms up and brewer pottery shards. In the new desert pyramid room, you can find diamonds, emeralds, TNT, gunpowder, and the archer, miner, prize, and skull pottery shards. Finally, there's a whole new trail ruin, which are huge underground ruins with tons of loot including hose, coal, wheat, nuggets, seeds, string, signs, glass panes, dyes, bricks, candles, leashes, dead bushes, clay blocks, the burn, danger, friend, heart, heartbreak, howl, and sheaf pottery shard, as well as the host, razor, shaper, and wayfinder armor trims. Out of all this loot, the sniffer egg, the pottery shards, and the armor trims are new. The sniffer egg hatches into a snifflet in about 20 minutes when placed on the ground, and it hatches in half the time when placed on moss. After about 40 minutes, the snifflet will grow into a sniffer with 7 hearts of health and start sniffing and digging out unique seeds from the dirt: grass blocks, potsol, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, moss blocks, mud, and muddy mangrove roots. The unique seeds are torchflower seeds, which can be used to breed and heal sniffers, and pitcher pods. The torchflower seeds function as normal seeds, and if placed on farmland, they will grow in 3 stages into a torchflower that looks nice, gives night vision in suspicious stew, and can be crafted into orange dye. If placed on farmland, the pitcher pot grow in 5 stages into a pitcher plant that is purely decorational except for the usage of turning it into cyan dye. The 20 different pottery shards can with bricks be crafted into decorated pots that has 4 decorated sides. They can be stacked and they can be moved with anything but tools without silk touch, otherwise they will break into the 4 pieces again. The armor trims is a part of the new smithing template system. Now you need to find the netherite upgrade smithing template in a bastion remnant to upgrade your items to netherite in the smithing table. Like the armor trims, these will be consumed when used, but they can be duplicated with 7 diamonds and their related block. The armor trims are purely decorational, but give different patterns. Other than the already mentioned 4 trims found through archaeology, you can find the tide armor trim by killing elder guardians, the coast in shipwrecks, the dune in desert temples, the eye in strongholds, the rib in nether fortresses, the sentry in pillager outposts, the silence and ward in ancient cities, the snout in bastion remnants, the spire in an end city, the vex in the woodland mansion, and the wild armor trim in the jungle temples. The pattern color is determined by the material used, where emerald gives green, redstone is red, lapis is blue, amethyst shard is purple, quartz is white, netherite is black, diamond is light blue, gold is gold, iron is silver, and copper is copper. This can be put on any type of armor in the game. Finally, we also got a new music disc in the Trail Ruins, some new music tracks, a piglin head, the ability to make mob sounds with note blocks, and all colored beds, carpets, and wool can now be re-dyed. The next update is 1.21, which has yet to be announced, but all of these features has a high chance to be added to this update, although it is full speculation. It will probably be released in December 2023 or June 2024. The bundle should have been added in 1.17, 18, or 19, and was added in 1.20 as an experimental feature, so maybe 1.21 will finally be the update to include this delayed item. The next most likely addition to 1.21 is the new combat system. Minecraft has released 8 versions of combat test snapshots on Reddit, and these so far unofficial snapshots should become part of the main game when the tests are done. So what are these tests specifically? Well, this will include different attack reach for different weapons, new stats in general, and multiple combat changes. Currently all weapons have a reach of 3 blocks, but after this update, axes, pickaxes, and shovels will reach 2.5, swords stay at 3, and hoes and tridents will reach 3.5. It will also include a new cleaving enchantment for axes, giving them 2 extra hearts of damage and 0.5 seconds of shield stunning for each of the 3 enchantment levels. Axes, shovels, and tridents will all deal less damage but attack faster. Hoes, pickaxes, and swords will both deal more damage and increase attack speed. and an unarmed attack will deal 2 instead of 1 hearts of damage. Bow shots are less accurate if the bow is drawn for more than 3 seconds. Axes will always disable shields and can get sweeping edge to perform sweep attacks. Tridents will now never disappear in the void, but actually come back, if you have the loyalty enchantment of course. Shields now only block 5 hearts of damage, and only in a 100-degree angle instead of 180, but they will block 100% of explosion damage. Snowballs can stack up to 64, weapons with multi-shot can hit and deal damage to 1 mob with all 3 arrows, and arrows are in general way more accurate. If an attack misses, the attack recharge is way faster, but you can no longer attack before the weapon has recharged, so no more spam clicking. Critical hits can also be performed by sprinting, and sweep attacks will hit even if it doesn't hit a mob directly. Swords no longer has natural sweeping edge, but all weapons can get the enchantment. So as you can hear, a very full developed combat change that we will probably see in Minecraft 1.21 or 1.22. Besides this, there's also plans to update the savanna with baobab trees and ostrich and termites, the desert with palm trees, oasis, and meerkats, and the badlands with tumbleweeds, cacti with flowers, and a vulture. The savanna and desert update were teased in 2018 alongside the taiga update that were added in 1.14, and the Badlands update were teased in 2019 alongside the Mountains update that were added in 1.18, and the Swamp update added in 1.19, so it's very likely that we'll see these updates in the near future. Based on the fan backlash after 1.17 to 1.19, I believe that they will be adding some more atmosphere to the world in the next update. This will include the details like mushrooms, fallen trees, and boulders and forests and plain biomes, as well as more particle effects, and even as previously mentioned by the developers, maybe small animals in the air and the trees. An alternative but very likely update would be an end update, as this is probably one of the most popular ideas amongst the fan community. This has never been mentioned by Mojang, but I would be surprised if we don't see any changes to this relatively boring biome. Finally, I think we'll soon see some usability coming to the Fletcher table, especially now that we got some more usability to the smithing table, and with the potential combat update in the horizon. This could add some fun ways of making special arrows, or just make it cheaper or something like that. Finally, I also think that the copper horn is a likely return in a future update. The copper horn was an upgrade to the goat horn that could play 3 different and more musical sounds of each horn, and it was fully implemented to Bedrock Edition back in 1.18. The developers weren't happy with the design, but the feature was fully completed, and it was in my opinion super fun, so I hope and think it will return. And finally, the unplanned Minecraft 1.22 update. This will probably be released in June 2024, December 2024, or June 2025, depending on if Mojang used their old or new update schedule. None of these features are confirmed, but they might get added as they have been teased to the community before. Remember, Cherry Groves was actually teased all the way back in 2013. First and most likely of these ideas or teases is the new dimension. Fans and developers alike has talked about this for ages, and so it seems more likely than ever. The end dimension started as a sky dimension, which is an idea that Modders has been adding to the game since then, and it could be added to the main game as well. This could be done with the frame of reinforced deep slate in the ancient cities, as this still very mysterious and unmovable block has no usage yet. The next likely addition could be the spike block. This is a block that would extend hidden spikes when powered by redstone. This was teased in 2008 and mentioned again in 2012, and with all the additions to the world building, I think it's likely to be added in the future. It could be a fun addition to challenge maps and server traps. The next possible addition to a later update is the Red Dragon. I didn't know about this, but before adding the Ender Dragon, Mojang talked about adding dragons to the overworld, and since they added the Ender Dragon, they've talked about adding a less dangerous dragon that would roam the overworld and being able to land. As late as 2013, Dinnerbone did mention that it would probably be added in some later update. Maybe this could be a tameable dragon or mini-bosses like the Warden. Final likely mentioned feature that has yet to be announced is the Illusioner. This is an unused illager that can be spawned through commands. It attacks with arrows, casts blindness, and summons duplicates, and would be a part of the villager raids. It is a bit overpowered, but Mojang has fixed and tweaked its looks in the past 2 to 3 updates, so maybe they are planning to add it at some point in the future. And with that, I hope you found all of this information useful, and if you did, then please do leave a like or maybe even subscribe if you haven't done that already. It really does help out a ton. Check out the description where you'll find links to all my socials, my other platforms, and also the link to the Discord of my personal Minecraft server Ereticraft, where you can actually join me and my friends. With all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.